Okay,
Yes,
Alicia. How are
yeah,
you?
I'm fine. I'm really doing better than what I used to. So yes, your name is Promila. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Yes, yes. My name is Pramila Vijayan.
Okay. So how have you been, Promila?
I've been good.
Been good.
Whole day I was means it was a productive day, and throughout I was busy. And when you posted this cloud meeting, I was having lunch that time. Just now I have finished. I have done
Okay. What did you have for lunch?
simple food. Yes, like curry and chapati and fruit salad. Like I was having seasonal fruit and
Yeah.
buttermilk. And one
Butter.
sweet.
I'm from Gujarat. I can't I can't live without buttermilk. My
Good.
veins have buttermilk. I love buttermilk, absolutely. Um, and if I may ask, where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Delhi, but after marriage, I'm staying here in Haryana. And
Okay.
daily, I commute to Delhi for my work.
Oh my God, that is something. How
Yes.
much traveling does
It's
your everyday
around
involve?
25 to 27 kilometers
One way?
one way.
So 50 kilometers every day.
Yes,
Oh my God, oh my
almost.
God.
Approx means.
And what do you usually like to do while traveling?
See, 5 to 6 kilometers I cover by my car. And
Okay.
that time I am always rushing to reach the metro station to catch my metro. And
Correct.
while I am commuting through metro, I sit and sometimes I um, book my session for my English conversation or classes, or otherwise, sometimes I just try to read something that I can read
Correct.
instead of listening while traveling.
Correct. So, what kind of English communication classes do you give?
I take all this conversation practice. I
Conversation. And where do you book your sessions? Like, are you associated with a platform?
no, I book for myself.
Oh, okay. So you're learning, you're not teaching.
No. I'm not. I'm a teacher by profession.
Correct. So where do you have a platform you work with, or is it freelancing?
No,
You're
I have
teaching.
actually no. I'm not teaching on any platform. I have a
Correct.
YouTube channel, and
Correct.
just for my practice, I paid. I'm taking paid session from English Sharing. So I need to book a session every day.
So English Yari, you're teaching with English Yari, right?
Not teaching. Yeah, I'm practicing.
Right. Okay. Got it. Sorry for the confusion. I know that you're a YouTuber, but I didn't know what other aspects you have. Good. And what do you work as?
I'm a teacher in government school. I teach English.
Okay. Amazing. Good. Um, have you also worked in a private school ever, for you to have a comparison, or have you always been working in a government school?
No, in my initial days, I worked for around 2.5 to 3 years in private school.
2.5 to 3 years in a private school. Okay. So do you see a difference between the two?
Yes.
Yes. What kind of differences um
Uh,
do you think are
uh,
concerning?
See, first major difference is in the pay scale. So I was
Okay.
also getting a good amount, handsome salary in private school. But other than this, time duration
Okay.
and group of students, I don't want to use that word strata or a crowd of students, but the students we are getting in government schools are they are totally first generation learners,
Right.
And if I talk about the students who are enrolled in private school, they are creamy layer, like they are from affluent family or they have educated parents.
Right. Right.
So,
So
so they
how does your approach change when you are put in a room full of these privileged uh students who have um maybe grown up as having English as their first language? You never know. And then cut to coming to a government school where they have not touched books before this.
nothing
Generation.
can means I'm comfortable with everything. Like I have done my schooling from English medium from the very first beginning, and I have been in boarding school, so I was very much familiar with the English, and it was convenient for me to teach them. Like
Right.
those creamy layer privileged students in private school, and it it doesn't affect me here also. I just need to apply some different strategies to teach students, or I need to come to their level to make them understand. If I talk about students in government school,
Right. Right. Right.
right? If you want means if I explain, like we have different type of students in a class, and different sections are there in a school. Some are very much brilliant students, and some are average learners, or some are uh, low slow call them low achievers. So you need to means a good teacher is the person who can tackle different type of students in a different way. So I need to come to their level. If I am taking standard means grade 6, I need to start with basic like articles or a singular plural or he and she pronoun. This type of things I need to teach them first, and slowly,
Right.
gradually, while they are growing with me, and we are means every year we are going to higher standard, higher class. They are familiar with the language and with me too.
Right. Right. What kind of curriculum differences have you spotted between the two schools?
See, if I talk about English, in private schools we have communicative English.
Okay.
So means if I talk about my son, he's in grade 5. He's in private school.
Right.
So they have means what sort of English I was taught, same my son is studying, like communicative in a if when he if I talk about his third or fourth class grammar English, English grammar means things, notice writing is there, story developing is there, paragraph writing is there, even with which we teach in our government school in class 9 and 10.
Okay.
So
But that
curriculum is means
like
prescribed. Sorry, you
but
come. Sorry to interrupt.
the question here is this government school also an English medium school?
Government school is, we cannot categorize them as Hindi medium or English medium,
Okay.
but we have sections in a same
Okay.
school.
Okay.
So in that way, like one section is totally in which they will study everything in English medium, like science, Hindi, no, sorry to say Hindi, social science, maths, and ev- everything will be in English medium. Other section, they will have social science in Hindi, and the another section it will have everything in Hindi. Like maths will be in Hindi, science will be in Hindi, social science will be in Hindi. Only
Okay.
English will be there as a subject.
Right. 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 So you can't really tell which medium of instruction are you following,
No, bilingual.
but not one language. You can't specify if it is a Hindi medium or an English medium school, correct?
Yes, 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 yes.
Because my question was coming from the assumption that if it is a Hindi medium school, then naturally what students are learning in the private school, which is an English medium school, in the fifth grade, these people are going to learn in the ninth grade. But similarly, what they're going to learn in the fifth grade in Hindi, private schools might learn it in the like private school students might learn it in the ninth grade, was my
Yes,
assumption.
yes, yes, yes. It happens. Like if you talk about Hindi subject, it is uh, I think categories are there or something like higher level of Hindi is taught in government school and English courses B, like literature core and communicative, two types of English are there. So
Right.
communicative English is taught in private school, and
Hmm.
in our government school we teach them English literature.
Right. Right.
So that is the difference, core and communicative.
Interesting. Interesting. Good. I think we have had a very interesting conversation today. Do you have any questions for me before we close? Because this was like a 15-minute session. We're
Oh yeah,
almost,
yeah, I have. Like if somebody is learning English, what are the major factors that affect their learning?
I think their surroundings, first and foremost, is that the more they're surrounded by people who talk in English or who talk to them in English, and how is their approach towards this person's learning. For example, if I am somebody who is learning English and I'm not the best at it right now, and if I'm surrounded by people who are good at English but who are not really good teachers, or who are not really good people who could point out my mistakes in a way that I'm willing to learn, it can really kill the curiosity in the very beginning. Even if I'm willing to learn, I'll be like, okay, it's not my cup of tea. But surrounding yourself with people who really want to invest in your learning, who are really interested in you getting better at the language is the first step. Um, I also think that the more and more, um, the better your listening skills are, the better your speaking skills.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, really pausing and listening to how a particular sentence is read, how are commas read, how are full stops read. If there's an exclamation mark, is it read like an exclamation mark? If there's a question mark, is it read like a question mark? If there is an ability to analyze that better, I think your ability to speak better. Yeah,
These are
your
the things you are telling, like if somebody is aware of these factors. But if
yeah,
I talk about if somebody is learning on the social media or
right,
who is like learning at its home
yeah,
uh, as a second language, they are taking English as a second language. So,
right.
what factors affect their learning?
I think what I just mentioned are like those factors still remain valid, but then as a second language, also when you say they're learning from social media, I get very skeptical because there is anything and everything on social media. And one can 100% pick up something that is not the not the norm. I don't want to say wrong because there are simply so many English speakers that if there is a mistake made, and if the same mistake is made by even 10% of the total number of English speakers. There's so many in number that it might just happen that they've broken the rule and now it is correct. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
think it's a funny language because everybody has their own version of it. So when
Correct, correct.
learning through social media, I get very skeptical of it personally. So sure, learn from social media. It's a very good platform, short form content, easy to grasp, but then also have someone who can really talk to you and point out the mistakes that you're making.
No,
And you
I
can,
let me explain this through one example. Like if somebody, suppose I have started learning this English. I started my journey of learning English, and after a week or after 15 days, I feel that I'm not gaining anything meaningful out of this. I'm not achieving the level I want to achieve. So, what factors affect that learning? Why the person feels that he should carry on, or means that person is in dilemma that he should keep on going or just leave that thing that is not a cup of tea for him.
This is the question that depends from person to person, honestly. Uh, but I also do believe that it's not something that will happen over the night. You have been speaking your first language for all your life, and it has taken so many years to ace it. You can't be like, oh, I am trying to learn English for 15 days and I should be able to ace it. Because, hi, I am speaking Gujarati for 22 years and I am not been able to ace it. So, that is my spick and span answer to that. Make a note of every mistake that you make. Truly believe don't make the same mistake again. Speak as much as possible. Um, and make newer mistakes so you learn newer things. But I do think there's light at the end of the tunnel. So I think
But I
that,
think that like a person need to be consistent and disciplined.
of
Though
course,
he
that,
started with some
yeah,
motivation, but sometimes, like as I mentioned, after some time they feel that they are not gaining the things they want and they feel demotivated.
right.
So if somebody is starting from scratch, it doesn't matter he knows or he's means able to grasp whatever in a like I would say in a snap.
100%.
We can, yes, but I think you should be self disciplined and consistent.
True, true.
Consistency and the self discipline plus your time management means if you are able to show up or not, you are feeling emotionally well or not, you are busy in your life or not, you should have that discipline that you need to learn English or you need to show up for 20 minutes in a day, but you should pull up yourself and give that activity a hit every day. So it doesn't, it means there are numerous examples in the world that the person who was not able to speak so and so language for 30 years, but after their these much means they took measurable efforts and they were able to reach the pinnacle in that field.
Yeah, yeah, totally with you on that. Great. I think this was a great session. I have had a great time talking to you. And yeah, I hope to cross paths sometime.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Thank you. Nice talking to you and getting your insight. It was equally means it was my pleasure, and I think it was pleasurable to you to talk to me. Right?
totally. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
day. All the best.
Have a nice day. You too. Thank you so much.